Alright, we're going to try this again. We're going to do a quick aquaponics update, give you a look at how the system's working. We really haven't made many changes, so we're just going to give you an update. Alright, let's start. One of the things I've been having problems, this is perlite, and you know, the perlite kind of works. It's been working real well for what I'm doing. The problem is it doesn't. If you look over here where the water comes in, it's a dirty mess. And the perlite's just so fine, it's so light. I've been told that it's bad for the fish too. So eventually it's got to go. Problem is, this is Jamaica, everything here is limestone. Really, really hard to find a non-limestone gravel. And nobody has the hydroton, the clay pellets, nobody has that here. And it doesn't make sense to import it. Just would be way too expensive. So for now, we're looking at different options, but so far, so it's pretty much staying with what it is. But I'll give you an example of some of the things that are happening that are good. If we look here, we got an onion, two actually. So far, almost all of my onions start out like this, get a little bit bigger, and then die. But these are actually starting to bulb. So there's hope. Now this head of lettuce here is looking fantastic. I pulled all the pak choi out, and this head of lettuce has actually grown good. Now, you gotta realize this is Jamaica. It's very hot. So lettuce doesn't grow all that well here. But if you go to a grocery store here, you're going to find a head of lettuce about this big. And it's looking good. The celery, finally, this celery looks good too. I'm real happy with that. The string beans, I kind of wish the other plants had grown. This is the only one that grew, but we've got tons of beans on it. They're everywhere. Now we have this little plant right here. It did grow, but look at what we have. This teeny little string bean, that's the only thing we got on it. On the other hand, over here we've got tomatoes. Now you can see we're all getting red. We've already picked some. It's a beautiful thing. The sweet peppers are getting bigger. That's our first one. So they're looking nice. The okra. We're picking okra left and right. So that's good. Problem is, you need kind of more than just one. My wife cuts it up and throws it into some stuff, but they only use it one thing at a time. I don't know why, but my cucumbers just are, they were doing terribly, then they did pretty well, and then they did bad again. Now we have picked several cucumbers. I showed you the ones that were up there. I picked those a week later. But so I need to do some adjustments. I need to trellis up these tomatoes. And this tomato here is kind of on the pipe that feeds the deep water culture system. So I have to trellis all of these. The problem is it's too close to the tank. I need to move everything over so I can get in there. And it's, well, to tell you the truth, it's more work than I can do, and I don't have, I've had a hard time finding, well, my friends have been busy, so I haven't been able to get to it. But now that the cucumbers look dead, I'll probably just cut all the cucumbers, move the whole thing over about 2 feet, and add a couple pipes and a little shut-off valve. Make it a little easier. Okay? Now we'll move over to the fish, and then from there we'll show you the rest of it. I made an adjustment with the deep water culture system. We'll get into that too. Now you can see the fish. They look pretty good. For some reason, whenever I put the chelated iron in, this water gets so dark it makes it very hard to do anything with. Now I was able to get almost all of the tilapia out of the other tank. And in the process, I got a couple of those little teeny mosquito fish. There they are. But they're not been eaten yet, so we'll see what happens. But they're getting healthy. They look healthy. They're happy. I have lost a couple, And I really don't know why. My tests, the testing system they have here is this. This is the best I can, let's see if I, there we go. This is the best I can find. I'm going to be ordering a testing system from someplace in the States, although I really don't know the best one to order, so if anyone has any ideas, let me know. But this is just a testing strip. And it gives you some of the information you need. Alright, it has pH, it has alkalinity, it has hardness, nitrite, and nitrates. It does not have ammonia, so I have no idea what my ammonia levels are, but I know my nitrite levels are almost non-existent, and my nitrate levels are about 40 to 60 ppm. Sometimes more. They have been higher, but lately they've been dropping, so I have a feeling the plants are doing a pretty good job. Now the fish food we have is this stuff. Now it comes in bigger pellets. I have to put it in the blender and blend it up to make it small enough for these guys, but it looks like it won't be long before they're all big enough to handle it. And that's how the fish are doing. Alright, now this is the biggest change. If you see, we've got shade cloth. The afternoon sun here in southern Jamaica is brutal. Very, very harsh. So what we've done is I put some PVC pipe together. It's just a bunch of 3/4 inch PVC with some 45s, and then put a shade cloth. This is a 55% shade cloth. But look at this stuff. The lettuce. These lettuces were, I don't remember, it's been a couple weeks, but if you look at how they're going. Now, oddly enough, this was seed. I planted this from seed after the last video. I'm going to make a quick explanation of this. We have here, let me find a spot where I've got a real problem. Alright. Oh, actually, no, I don't have to. Right here. Let's take a look. This, see the soil, the cocoa peat has really fallen out completely of this cup. And what happens, the net cups have, the holes are too big, so the stuff falls out. And I'm picking out, if you look, I'm doing this all day long, picking out pieces of perlite, and the cocoa peat falls into the lower section. So I'm trying to find a way to grow without having to use these net cups. And so far, this has really been an amazing, it's pretty impressive. A couple weeks ago, this wasn't even seed. I mean, this was just seed. I hadn't even put them in. And now I've got several of these growing. And they seem to be doing really well. The beetroot, it is the healthiest one I've got. I've got a couple in the other system, the other side, but this is the best one. And take a quick look. If you see, I'm growing duckweed. Now in this section, the duckweed, there are 4 or 5 tilapias still in here. I just couldn't get them. Couldn't do it. They were, the headache I was going through trying to catch them was beyond belief. So I'm hoping that they'll continue to grow and get big and healthy, and then I'll move them out. Well, what happens is, we put some, there we go. Put some food in here and it pushes the, but this started with just a small amount. It's grown. The fish in here, I only feed them once every 2 or 3 days. They live, all they are is a mosquito fish, and they've multiplied phenomenally. And like I said, I got 5 tilapia in here. One of them is surprisingly big. I also added and talked to a local extension officer because I wanted to put some shrimp in here. And he got a hold of some shrimp, so I put some shrimps. I don't know if you can see that, but we've got teeny little babies. There's a whole bunch of little babies in here. Those are just the mosquito fish doing their thing. They're reproducing at a rate. I barely feed them, let them eat the mosquitoes. Once they reach an equilibrium, I can stop, but I won't be feeding them at all. They'll just eat, live off the mosquitoes. And so the duckweed is growing so well that pretty soon I'll be scooping this out and throwing it in the other tank to feed the fish with. Alright, supplement the food. Okay, now I'm going to show the new way I do the way the seeds are starting with the new medium. Alright, give you a quick example. Told you the net pots we have here, the holes are just too damn big. Everything falls through them. I'm cleaning it out of the system constantly getting this out of the system. So I'm trying to find a way to eliminate these. I'd rather not have to double them or triple them to try and keep it in. So what I've done is get these little scouring balls. Oh, there's my little girl. These little scouring balls. Say hi, honey. There's Daddy's little gardener. She's watering everything. Just had to show everybody. And she's off to Mommy, and my wife doesn't want to be on camera. Alright, I'm back. I know you're not here to see my daughter, so let's... Anyway, we buy these. These things are 59 Jamaican dollars, which is about 50 cents. And what I do is I sprinkle seeds in them. I water it with the Aquaponics system, and bingo. We have onions, pak choy, lettuce, and celery, and more celery. And I put some more over there. I actually have to admit, JT Bear was talking about, he said one of his questions was, what's the best medium to use? And his answer was, whatever works. So I thought about this, and it seems to work. So thanks, and we'll see how everything goes. I'll show you what it looks like in the system. Alright, I opened up the shade cloth to show what we've got here. And give you an example. Let's see. If you look, you can't tell. But the stuff comes, I'm constantly, oh, hang on, alright, here we go. I'm constantly picking perlite out of the system. The perlite is terrible. So what I did, plant the seeds in here, and right here I've got an onion coming up, and lettuce. What I'm actually going to do is let the lettuce get big, pick that, and leave the onion. Hopefully that'll grow. So that's how the system works. These things, I just squeeze them. Let me give you a quick example. Show you real quick. Alright, we're going to take... we're going to take this lettuce. And... all we do is put it here, squeeze, get this so it's halfway, just enough so it's in the water. As long as it's in the water, the roots are in the water. Then as it gets bigger, I'll thin this out. And hopefully they all will poke up above the... It looks like I may have problems with this one. I had a bunch of half leaves coming up, but we'll see. Okay, so there's the upgrade, or the update. I will be making some more upgrades soon, maybe. I have plans, but I'm not sure exactly when it makes sense to do it. But knowing me, I'll probably do it sooner rather than later. All right. So everyone, have a great day. God bless, and everybody be safe.